Puju, wago shindigu migizi indodem, gazagaskwa jimekag indun jiba. I'd like to introduce you to my newest book. It's called The Cultural Toolbox, Traditional Ojibwe Living in the Modern Age. In this book, I share stories about my family's hunting, gathering, and cultural beliefs and practices. I'm really careful not to share secrets of our great sacred societies. People have to go to and through those ceremonies to get that kind of information. But through sharing our stories, I am creating a window into some dimensions of our culture, and I'm inviting you to take a look inside. Here is the introduction to the chapter on spring, which symbolizes new life in Ojibwe culture. Our ninth and final child was on her way in September 2011. My wife Blair was already dilating, and everything in her body said this would be a quick labor and a relatively easy birth. I thought I was a professional at the dad role by now. I had an Ojibwe birthing go bag with everything I needed for the baby's first bath and for bringing the placenta home to bury by a maple tree. I activated a phone tree we'd set up so babysitters rushed to the house and Blair's mom and sister converged on the hospital in minutes. I was managing everything like an experienced air traffic controller on Thanksgiving Day, and nothing went the way I expected. There were complications. Blair needed a cesarean section. Baby was breathing fine, but jaundiced, slow to cry or react to stimuli from the nurses, and seemingly uninterested in nursing. Blair and I called one of my trusted mentors, Anna Gibbs. Anna was a remarkable woman, famously fierce, deeply knowledgeable, with a faith in our ways that never ceases to inspire me, even now, years after her passing. I relied on Anna's advice and friendship, and she relied on my support and help. She sensed our stress and concern as we reported on the birth of Luella. Encouraging is not the word I'd use to describe Anna's response. She usually trampled everyone's emotions and just spoke her truth, and this time was no different. She sounded off the facts as she saw them. I'm filling my pipe right now and I'm going to pray for her and the rest of you. Listen, you already know what to do. Use the Indian medicine for her first bath. Put out tobacco. Don't let those medical people do experiments on her afterbirth. That goes out in the woods. She will be okay. She will be more than okay. She will surprise you. I already had the dream for her Indian name. We did what we were told. Luella got her first bath in a warm tea made out of nemewash, catnip. We brought her placenta home and buried it on the north side of a maple tree, the tree of life, for her health and longevity. We furnished a feast and prayer on her fourth day on earth to welcome her arrival among us. I believed in everything we were doing, but I was still concerned about Luella. My other kids had taken to nursing right away, had started putting on weight, and were active and gifted at crying at high volume. But Luella basically slept for weeks on end, nursing here and there. Anna was unperturbed. We had a little trouble coordinating all of my daughter's namesake schedules, so there was a delay, but 6 months after the birth, we gathered our extended family for her naming ceremony. Luella received several Ojibwe names that day, but Anna was her first. Anna described in vivid detail the dream she had about a woman, tall and strong, so filled with spiritual power that the eagles kept swooping, swarming, and perching on her body, all along her arms, shoulders, and neck. Your daughter's name is Chiogima Benesi Kwe, Big Boss, Eagle Woman. And then everything changed. Luella had basically slept for the first 6 months of her life, but after her naming, she didn't let anybody else sleep. She started to laugh loudly, cry loudly, nurse with gusto, and then crawl, walk, talk, scream, and boss everybody around like no kid I've ever seen. The Cultural Toolbox awakened something spiritually in her, and all my doubts were put to rest. Luella is fearless, confident, and strong, with a natural leadership persona that just can't be taught. Of all my kids, she is the one the world knows is utterly dauntless. Miigwech. Thanks for watching today. I'm Anton Treuer. Let's keep in touch. I'm active on social media, and my website has lots of information on my books, speaking engagements, free Ojibwe language resources, resources for teachers, and more. Miigwech.